Arriving at Queen's Park. Queen's Park Station. Doors will open on the left.
Howdy folks, it is Friday, May 3rd, 11:34 a.m. is the time, and I am here at a very, I guess, Death Star looking Queen's Park station. I kind of like this exposed look. I'm sure there'll be new tiles in the tunnel here at some point in the near future, but I kind of wish they left it like this. And outside is a rather nice 16 degrees Celsius, although we are expecting rain throughout the afternoon. And in this one, I'm going to head up to street level, and then we'll walk over to the University of Toronto St. George campus. That's the largest and arguably most well-known university in the entire country. As on Thursday night at around, or I guess Friday morning, I think, around 4 a.m. No, Thursday morning at 4 a.m. Some protesters set up an encampment at the university. Apparently they circumvented a fence, and they're still there, so we're going to go see what the scene is like at the school. And this is where the Provincial Legislative Assembly is. There's Queen's Park straight ahead, or the Legislative Assembly building. This is actually on University of Toronto lands. And just south of Colllege Street here is University Avenue. I'm going to head over to King's College Circle, where I believe the encampment has been set up. The grounds around the university are always well kept and make for an enjoyable stroll. And this isn't a channel that normally tackles heavy political issues. Local stuff that affects the city, sure. Or provincial stuff that has a ripple effect onto the city, or even federal stuff. But I'll refrain from offering my 2 cents on a large-scale global conflict, because frankly, I don't think anyone needs to hear that. We're simply just going to head on over and see what things are like. It's kind of unique that this type of protest goes down in the city. These are University of Toronto buildings on the right. And this is walking west on the north side of College Street, where these pseudo-protected bike lanes have been installed. Well, the bike lanes were here, but they added these curbs as barriers. Further to the west of here, it is a proper separated bike lane where it is raised and curb separated. And being such a major city at the heart of the country, there's always protests going on. It's not uncommon to come downtown on the weekends and see major roads closed off. But personally, I'm not a fan of blocking roads and creating chaos for people just trying to commute via transit or their vehicles, or however they're getting around. If there's ever a way to not get people on your side, it's to piss them off. There goes an eastbound 506 Carlton streetcar. But this one is set up on university grounds, and there's a number of similar protests taking place at a lot of big Ivy League schools down in the States. And the demonstrators are calling for the university to sever financial ties with the Israeli government and supporting organizations. And apparently, they claim they've been at it for 6 months with no luck, so it has come to this. Now, why the hell would you ride your bike on the sidewalk like that idiot when there's a bike lane right there? And this is King's College Road. And I think next week, the summer semester kicks off officially. At least for some faculties, it might already be underway for others.
Thank you. I got the classic one. I like classic very much, but I got the classic line of it's not a big enough.
I can see the tents set up ahead.
Oh yeah.
And as for statements from the school, they said their property is private and they do not have their permission to be here after 10 p.m. As has been communicated with them from to a representative of the protesting group. They reiterated their request that they need to leave the campus by 10 p.m. However, if their activities remain peaceful, they don't anticipate having to clear them out. That was at least for the first night or two of the protest. I know in the States, there's been arrests at some of the major schools, and police have actively cleared protesters out. And one of the school's concerns is that it may draw a crowd of people who aren't part of the University of Toronto community. And that can come with safety concerns. They may also be inviting counter-protesters. There's Convocation Hall. I graduated from York University, another major campus or a major university in Toronto. One of three big ones, the other being TMU, Toronto Metropolitan University. So here's the fenced-in area. This is part of a massive construction project. I believe it's called the Landmark Project, and it's to create a greener and more pedestrian-friendly space. And somewhat ironically, they're building a large underground parking network under here. And maybe this is as close as I'll get to it. We'll walk around King's College Circle here. At least on the surface, it seems peaceful enough. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out over the coming weeks. And if you are going to comment on the matters down in the comments, please keep it respectful. I'm a big proponent of free speech, but insulting, harassing, and attacking others is something that won't be tolerated in the comments. Temporary closure as we prepare for, oh, someone has reworded this letter. These grounds are temporarily closed for protection due to concerns about, please keep off our unethical investments. There's the Gerstein Science Information Center.
Which he didn't know who it was. Yeah, I feel like
That building straight ahead you may have seen in various movies and TV productions. And that dates back to 1859. And it was designated a National Historic Site in the 1960s. There's Soldiers Tower. That was completed in 1924. Well, we have found the gate. where people are getting in and out.
I asked them which site. They wouldn't tell me which site.
Try Occupy UFT.
Just gonna grab
Right. So what is it that I'm agreeing to?
a few pictures. This is where the media seems to be gathering, or perhaps alternative media. I wonder what would happen if I tried to enter the grounds. It's a beautiful shot of the CN Tower. Sorry for that view of the fence. So it's my understanding this fence was erected to keep protesters out of the area. Again, not commenting on this particular situation, but I think this land was intended for use of those that are a part of the university community. So it's kind of a shame that it has closed off, but I guess given that we're between semesters, it would probably be pretty low use right now. And there's another field just to the north of here, a sports field. I certainly think it's inappropriate to harass people just going about their day, getting on their case for shopping at a particular store, or just simply going skating at Nathan Phillips Square like one elderly couple tried to do. I have a feeling the non-peaceful protesters like that are in the minority. But if you're wondering what the scene is like, this is it. I wonder what it'll be like when it starts raining. I'm also curious what that gatekeeping system is like. Because if they're not just letting anyone through the gate, I think that's kind of hypocritical. Well, they've got these walkways down. 2 parking garages. This is newly opened. Side of me that wants to explore, wants to come see what this is all about. This area is being video recorded. That's fair. It's private property. Lots of EV stations. Apparently, all these different charging standards are going to be finally consolidated, and I think the Tesla charger is going to win out. And non-Tesla stations will be equipped with adapters. And a lot of newer vehicles will come with adapters that will work with both Electrify America and Tesla. Don't quote me on that. There's bicycle parking here. I really think there should have been a greater emphasis on some secured bicycle parking. This is probably the best connected university in the country, if not the continent, for transit. We've got the Colllege streetcar line, the Spadina streetcar line, countless buses rolling through here. Line 2 of the university up at St. George Station, Line 1 of the university at St. George Museum and Queen's Park. You'd be really hard-pressed to find a better connected major university campus. There's a city news truck. Rates. Refer to rate card. Monday to Friday, $4 per half hour, $25 maximum. Is this 24 hours? It's not often, if ever, I check out a parking garage on this channel, but why not? We're here. I think that's, there's CBC.
And of course, it is obviously here at UFT.
More CBC.
Interestingly, one of the
True North.
told us that he wants it to be open, he wants it to be public. In fact, it would be better if these fences never existed in the first place. But we pushed him on that and we asked him, well, okay, why are you letting him do that?
The City TV.
We'll let you know.
And it's like, it feels like a dispenser. Because I use a lot of reflectors.
Oh, well, that's about it for that area A. We're gonna move on. I know this is impossible, but hopefully matters get resolved in a way way that is fair for everyone involved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head north up through Philosopher's Walk, and that'll take me up to right in front of St. George Station. And this tower here, Soldiers Tower, was built as a war memorial after World War I. And the names of soldiers lost are etched in stone next to the tower's base. The inner walls of the tower are etched with all the names of those lost during World War I. Not all of them maybe, but a lot of them. To the glorious memory of the members of this university who fell in the Second World War, or just members of the university. That one is for World War II. There's the sports fields. And this is Hoskin Avenue. To the west of here, west of St. George, this becomes Harvard. There's one of the most beautiful buildings, not just on the campus, but in the entire city. That is Trinity College. It's not uncommon to see wedding photo shoots. Oh, here comes an ambulance. That is Queen's Park straight ahead, so just south of there. That's where I started recording this one. So this is a short but lovely walk. Let's head this way up to Bloor Street. And the Tattle Creek, a once natural waterway, used to run through here. There's something we're seeing more and more of in the city, a wood frame construction building. And although they're not classified as fire resistive, I think with modern techniques, there certainly is adequate fire protection. That was always one of the concerns with that style of building. There's the side of the Royal Ontario Museum. And welcome to Bloor Street West, rocking its newly implemented protected bike lanes. Nice and wide, curb protected, away from pedestrians, away from traffic, the way things ought to be. And Varsity Arena is on the left here. Just in behind here. There's Varsity Stadium. And that was built in 2007, replacing a larger stadium that was in its spot. It was rumored at one point the Toronto Argos of the Canadian Football League might want to be co-tenants of this field, and I think that would have been an excellent location. But things worked out as they're in a nice home at BMO Field up at Exhibition Place, and sharing that with the Canadian National Soccer Program and the Toronto FC. And into St. George, where I will hop on an eastbound Line 2 train. This is a major interchange of Line 1 and Line 2. The second busiest one, next to Bloor-Yonge Station. And down to the Line 2 platforms. Next train in 3 minutes. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Do keep things respectful and civil down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and comments. I just said that. And if you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.